guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fast Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are watching with you guys the finale of ReZero Season 2, Episode 25.
Yes, the season has been full of questioning, full of information. I know some people online were lost. We've been lost here and there, but overall the story has been full of highs and lows. And a lot of character development for many characters, and I loved it.
A lot of pep talks too.
Pep talks?
Pep talks.
Pep talks.
Yes.
Yeah, motivation speeches and changes of hearts from Subaru, Emilia, now Roswell and Beatrice maybe. So yeah, last episode the manor just went up in flames and Subaru managed to talk Beatrice out of the library by saying, you need to, I'm not that person, I'm not the person that you've been putting all your hopes on, and I won't be there forever, but the moments I have, I will, spend them with you, and I will make the most out of it. So why not enjoy it, basically? She listened, and she went out, and now they're both standing with Emilia facing the rabbit. Emilia tried to shake some sense into Roswell, who's been saving Ram. He's been healing her. They need to kill the rabbit now, because otherwise it's all for nothing. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are right now.
Alright. Let's kill some rabbits now.
Let's jump in this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out. Well, at least maybe not this one because this is the last one. But if you want to keep in mind what other shows we're doing, don't forget to subscribe and check out our Patreon for the full reactions.
Alright, let's do this.
Let's go. And that doesn't humiliate him, and we finished on a good note. Thank the fuck God. Whoa. Okay, but I mean, last season I think they added a scene where it wasn't there before, and it ended on a good note, and then they added this scene way later. So I mean, they could still kick us in the back, but still, this season has been over for a little while. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
That's when season 3 is gonna show up. So.
Yeah.
So much growth this season with every character. I will admit that this season has been, confusing here and there. I feel like it's because there was so much information that was, given to us, yet we had to get that information through the subtitles and through the translation. So maybe some of the stuff, translated wrongly or badly. Maybe it's our own understanding of English, but I felt that we struggled a lot more with the lore and the actual story in this season than we did in season 1. But in this show, if there is one thing I'll always enjoy talking about, it's the characters.
Yes.
This is the one thing, though, I feel like we did just as good in this season as we did last season, talking about the characters. Especially considering that, in this season, it was about a lot more characters than just Subaru. Subaru did the half...
Garfield, Emilia,
Beatrice, Roswell,
yeah.
Ryuzu, sort of.
Yeah.
Even Echidna a little bit.
Even
Otto.
Otto, yeah.
So many characters that we knew of, but never really, took the time to learn about. We knew nothing about them. Last season was about the first part of Subaru's journey, which led to him being... losing his sarcastic / selfish attitude, is pricky attitude that made him, think he was better than everyone else and stuff. And then we learned that it was just a front, and he accepted that it was just a front, and he was on a way to a better path after season 1 that we thought so. And then we found out that, accepting that he wasn't as strong and as good and as great as he pretended to be led to him lacking confidence. He just started bashing himself over and over again, and it led to him being very depressed and having, he had such low self-esteem. In a way, it helped him understand Emilia a lot more, and thank God for the witches, which is crazy because we never thought we would say that, but thank God for the witches that helped him understand, that it's fine to have faults. It's fine to have sins, basically. You're human. You have, as a human, every sin.
Sorry.
You have a little bit of every sin, and it's okay. You can make mistake, and it's fine to be selfish sometimes. It's fine to want to push for the things you care about, as long as you're aware, as long as you're humble with it, and as long as you keep trying when you lose. And in his case, it's important because he keeps trying and trying and trying with his power. It was about him accepting his power. It was about him accepting to ask for help, which he did not want to do.
Rely on others to
Yes.
achieve his goal.
Yes, and he finally, after all this struggle, he finally got to proclaim himself Emilia's knight, which he did in the first season, but that was before all the changes. So in the first season, it felt really cringy, really forced, and not deserved at all. It's like in the first season, he proclaimed himself a knight without having proven that he deserved to be her knight, that he truly wanted to protect her for her and not for him. So he did all of that since that moment, and now I feel like it's been given willingly by Emilia. It's been deserved by Subaru. It means so much more, and now there is no one who can laugh at him for what he did. This is amazing. And he saved her in the best way, because he saved her from herself and her own guilt and her own insecurities, which led to Emilia's amazing transformation, finding confidence, finding, she still has doubts, of course. It's a trauma that's never going to completely go away. She still, needs reassurance that Subaru is going to stay and care.
But now she knows that she
can rely on him.
She can rely on him, but other people also.
And on herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, now she knows that basically she's not a victim anymore. She's taking charge, and she wants to stop falling every time she gets hit, every time something is, bad or looks bad. She wants to stand up straight and fight back, which is amazing, because the stuff that she has to fight back is huge and it's terrifying. But she's found this courage inside of her that has always been there, but needed to be awakened after so much time, asleep and away from loved ones and kind of sheltered by Puck. So I'm glad that change happened. Roswell has finally woken up. I love that he said sorry, because he did put them all through shit this season.
Yeah.
And now we finally know on what page we're standing with Roswell.
He wants to bring back to life a kid now.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's possible.
Is that even possible? Technically, we can have access to our soul in that other dimension, right?
And her body is still okay. Which, by the way, like, I feel like, yes, her face is different in that coffin and from the memory. The fact that we did not see her face in all those memories, and then at the end we finally got to see it, maybe, it has to do with how her sin changes her versus how human she was back then, or it's as simple as they couldn't face her completely until they made peace with their own pasts, and then we got to see her face as they remembered her.
Maybe.
So I think that's a good way to read this scene, so that's how I'm gonna read it. But Beatrice and Roswell came a long way. There were so many mysteries, and there are still many mysteries that we still don't know, the answer to, about the witch's past and Emilia's past and who she is, and
Puck's origin too.
He's a great spirit, kind of like Beatrice, but we know Beatrice was created by Echidna, so Puck has had to be somewhere in there.
Beatrice did call him Big Brother, so
they know each other.
Is it because he's a spirit just like her?
Well, they knew. She calls him Big Brother because they've been together when they were created. I guess when she was created, he was around.
Maybe,
so
yeah.
That means it's not Fortuna. Because Fortuna wasn't around when Beatrice went to the library.
True.
And she already knew.
So many questions.
Yeah, a lot of questions still.
Yeah.
But we got to meet the witches. We got to learn more about Satella and how, there's more to her than meets the eye. There's the sin that overtakes her when she's, in the real world, like we saw. And then there's the person that the witches feel sorry for, the one that we saw in that other world that basically helped Subaru come to terms with his power, which is crazy. And we know that we want to save her. We want to kill the serpent. We want to save the people that Emilia froze. And we need to win the royal selection and bring back Rem. So we have all of that.
So many things left to do.
Yeah, Emilia needs to learn about Betelgeuse. We learned about Betelgeuse's past. It was about learning about the past of so many characters.
I do think that the fact that they showed us those people's past in season 2 worked well.
Yes.
Because technically, if we got all of those past life and backstory for all of those characters, that would have been a little bit more overwhelming in the first season than just following Subaru's story.
Season 1 was about Subaru. It was about getting used to this world, understanding his power, mostly. And then it was about stripping him of that hero worship thing he had going on, you know, where, you know, he was like, I've been sent to this world, and so I must be special. I must be the main character. It's basically the mask he had on. It was about ripping that mask off his face, which we did. And then after we ripped that mask off, we were left with the broken kid that had so many issues back in the real world. So then in season 2, it was about Subaru, his insecurities, dealing with his past. Same with Emilia, Roswell, Beatrice, all of them. It was about their past, their current issues, and basically helping them heal just enough so that they're ready to face season 3. Basically.
All right.
Because if we needed to learn about that, and we needed to understand a lot more characters. Since we knew about them, it helped, you know, that we were not bombarded with new characters every episode, and they helped keep the tension and the suspense for a while. We never knew if we could trust Roswell.
I don't think that we still can, but we know that
I think this time we can.
Harmed by him.
I'm pretty sure that now we can trust him. He cannot harm us.
Because of the old.
Yeah. So, and he's been through his fair share of shit. I think he deserves a little trust. So it was about understanding all of these characters, not just Subaru. So now we have a family of characters, not just Subaru and some support. Season 1 was about Rem, but she wasn't in season 2, you know? So, but now it was about everyone else. And we got to understand the members of our family. We know who our allies are. And we're ready for season 3. And I'm very, very excited. Like I said, season 2 felt a bit more complicated than season 1. But when it comes to the characters, it's always a pleasure to discuss and analyze them. I think it's the strength of this show. Characters and how, you know, they handle their trauma and how realistic they handle their trauma, because sometimes you have characters who go through some shit and then the next day they're fine, or they dealt with trauma, someone speaks to them and then the next day they're fine, whereas in reality, exactly, in the reality and in this show, you have trauma, you go through shit, you have trauma, and you keep those insecurities, and it takes a while till someone manages to reach out to you and make you listen to them when they're telling you, you know what, buddy, you should love yourself and be confident and move forward. So they handle grief very well. Grief and insecurities and self-confidence, and well, yeah, I think they understand the human psyche and they understand their characters very well, and it's the show's strength. So, did you want to talk about anything else? It was a good last episode. We defeated the bunny.
On a good note.
Yes, I know. Well, like I said, season 1 also technically ended on a good note. It's just that after that they added a scene. Yeah, but we understand a lot more now, so we're gonna be ready to face even more mysteries and even more bad guys. We've got at least 2 we need to deal with. 3 technically if you count. You got Gluttony, Pandora, and Cornelius.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so those 3 need to be handled, and then the serpent and the selection. So all of that. Basically, we're going back to, we're leaving the sanctuary. That's a huge feat.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that was it for ReZero Season 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this season with us. I have no idea when Season 3 is supposed to come out.
But we're gonna keep looking for it.
Yes.
And when it's gonna come out, we will sure react to it.
And hopefully we do it live. This time, maybe. So, yeah, that's it for ReZero. We do have a lot of shows in mind for after. I don't think we settled on one in particular, and even if we did, we want to give ourselves a few weeks to start preparing them, because, we got a lot of new shows these days. So we'll focus on that, and we'll see you in another reaction.
Thank you guys for watching this season with us. It was confusing, blasting, super amazing. So see you for Season 3 when it's gonna be come out. Alright?
What? Where it's gonna be come out?
See you for Season 3 when it's gonna come out.
Yes.
Alright?
Bye!
Bye guys.